So, where the heck is everybody? The world is so incredibly strange right now. I just wanted to point something out really quick in the financial world, and I find this super, super interesting. So, Bitcoin is at 110,000, just broke all time high, and nobody's talking about it anywhere. It's like, where is everybody? What are they looking at? What are they talking about? I just don't get it. Like, one of the craziest things in the financial world is happening right now, and there's nobody talking about it at all. I just find this super, super strange. And I saw an interesting data point on this morning, actually, that Google search trends for Bitcoin are an all-time low right now. So what the heck is happening? Like, are people just so out of money or just so checked out? I know that it's summer and it's getting nice outside and all that, but like, I just don't get it, you know? And I've had this theory going on in my mind that, you know, maybe there's less people on Earth because of certain things going on in the world that we're not really allowed to talk about. And maybe the rapture already happened. I don't know. But it just seems like there's nobody anywhere. But you go into cities and they're jam-packed with people. So I suppose there are people somewhere. But it just seems like there's a definitive lack of sentient people in the world right now. And you could go into the NPC idea, whether who's an actual soul or who's not, and down that rabbit hole, sure, I guess. But I don't know. It just seems like there'll be something crazy happening in the news these days. Like, I don't know, some crazy story like India and Pakistan or whatever the heck is going on over there about to nuke each other or something crazy. And nobody talks about it. Nobody cares. It's like on the news for like 13 seconds. And it's like, I know the news is pointless and complete BS, so maybe people are just checked out of that, and that's awesome. But, like, where is everybody? I literally don't get it. Like, are people just that, I don't know, destitute and that over it that they just don't care? Like, I feel like that sometimes. Like, what's the point of turning on the news or the TV or anything, really, when the world is just such a crazy place right now? So, I don't know. It's a strange time we're living in, that's for sure. And another quick topic I want to touch on while I've got everybody's attention here is, so I was watching the Joe Rogan interview last night with Aaron Rodgers. Whether you like him or not, it doesn't really matter. That's not the point. But he brought up something interesting about disclosure, and I think Joe has some great points about the ET stuff, and he's super, super well educated on it, I suppose, and he has some of the best people talk about it on his channel, so he has a lot of good insight. And I just connected some dots real quick, and I just wanted to run it by everybody and see what you guys all thought. This is pretty interesting. It's a little esoteric, so we're about to go down the rabbit hole if that's okay, but here it goes. So I feel like ever since the Roswell incident and the ET flaps, it started happening in around, you know, the 40s and 50s when the United States got nuclear missiles and they detonated nuclear bombs, that the world has become way more nihilistic over time. And I have a theory behind that. I think that what has happened is the government and the institutions realize that they set off these bombs and it attracted the ETs from wherever they're coming from, and they realize, oh, humans have the capability to destroy worlds, if not galaxies, if they get off this planet, and that's no good, so let's go see what they're up to. And so we've been getting a lot of UFO activity over the past, 50 plus years, I suppose, at this point, especially over nuclear silos. You got the incidents up in North Dakota, where they shut down the nuclear silos during the Cuban Missile Crisis, and that's well documented. And we always get that kind of stuff around military bases and whatnot. And so, anyways, I've had this theory that ever since the government found out or was able to confirm that there are UFOs in the world, that they had to come up with a plan to kind of get humanity to accept them. And this goes down into Project Bluebeam, whether you want to believe that or not. And basically what Project Bluebeam is, the government's initiative to create a false alien invasion to enslave the planet and get everybody super scared. And I believe that could be true, but more likely what I believe is happening is the government had to start a propaganda campaign because they knew the ETs are real, to create this propaganda campaign with media and just general morale, of nihilism and creating no lack of meaning and a lack of culture because they know the ETs are coming back. And the reason why I want to point on this is because Aaron Rodgers brought up a good point last night that apparently at some point, I think it was under the Bush administration, they had the pros and cons written down on whether they should do disclosure, whether they should reveal the alien craft and technology and the visitors, or whether they shouldn't. And Aaron pointed out a couple of times that, well, what are the pros and cons of that? And one of the ones that kept coming up is religion. And I find this very interesting. So we have this merger of aliens coming back, essentially, the UFO flaps are increasing, and a complete lack of religious institutions, a complete lack of morale, and the taking on of nihilism. So when you have a population that has no meaning, that's not believing in God or a higher power, the ETs can come back and people accept it, and governments can carry on without much disruption. So I think that's something that's pretty interesting. I don't know, I just thought about that crazy theory last night. I know it's a little esoteric and out there, but to me it makes sense. If they're so worried about losing their power and control at the government level, and they know that the ETs are real, they've had to create a culture that allows for, I would say, the arrival of the ETs as smoothly as possible for society. For society and the government to continue to function, to continue to control our lives. And I think that also links back to Bitcoin, honestly. And we're going to go full circle deep down a rabbit hole here. I think that there's a possibility that Bitcoin was created by some kind of an institution, I'm not going to say who, or some kind of maybe ET race, possibly, to create an intergalactic money supply. So once the ETs come back, they can interact with humans on Earth and be integrated into the financial system. I know this sounds crazy, but this is all just coming together for me right now, and I just wanted to throw those ideas out there. Kind of a fun little thought experiment, I suppose. And anyways, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, and Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.